And my name is Professor Eleanor Robson. I'm a Professor of Ancient Middle Eastern History at University College London, and I'm Director of the Nahrein Network here at UCL. And the role of the network, as some of you know, I'm sure, is to support Iraqi-led research into the ways that Iraqi history, heritage, the study of the past in general, can support improvements in life in the country, culture, society, economy, climate, environment. And we've been running these visiting scholarships to the UK for many years now in conjunction with the British Institute for the Study of Iraq. And every time we run the scheme, we host these webinars to enable you to ask questions about the scheme. So we're going to start with a very short video outlining the basic details of the scheme, I beg your pardon. And then it's my very great pleasure to have with us one of our former visiting scholars, Dr. Abdulkareem Yaseen Ahmed, who teaches at Diyala University in the linguistics department and had a visiting scholarship with through us at the University of Leicester quite recently. So he's been through it all and can answer lots of your questions, as can I. And then also with us is Zainab Mahdi, who is behind the scenes. She is the woman who has organized this event and organizes so much more for it. So she'll be managing the questions. And okay, and I think Zainab, you could start the video as well, please, now. Thank you.
What are the Nahrein Network BC visiting scholarships?
The Nahrein Network British Institute for the Study of Iraq Visiting Scholarships is a scheme that began in 2018 designed to support Iraqi heritage professionals to come to the UK for 1 or 2 months and to work closely with a colleague here to undertake some research. As long as they are within the general remit of the Nahrein Network as a whole, that is, that they support research projects that are designed to think about how history, heritage, and related disciplines can contribute to the ways in which Iraq can grow and develop society or economically or culturally, or tackle climate change, then we're interested in all sorts of research projects.
What do the visiting scholarships fund?
The money itself that's awarded with the scholarship funds 2 different types of things. It funds all of the activities that the researcher needs, so from travel arrangements, accommodation, living expenses, equipment, and all of expenses needed by the host as well. So we make sure that everything is covered. For the one person coming on the scholarship, unfortunately, we don't have funds to fund friends or family.
So who can apply?
So if you are working for an Iraqi university or a cultural heritage organisation, the State Board of Antiquities and Heritage, or the Ministry of Culture, or an NGO related to culture, or perhaps you are a PhD student in Iraq and you yourself are Iraqi, then you are eligible to apply.
How does one find a host?
So this is a question that lots of people ask us. In some ways, that's most challenging. It's really important that you have a host, because the idea is to develop a relationship with somebody. So you might know somebody already. You might have worked with them in Iraq or come across them while they were visiting, or you might have read about their work or seen them at a conference. So we provide a template letter so that you could use that if you wanted, if you're feeling a bit shy, to approach them and ask. And that letter covers all the basics of what the scheme is and what we can support. If you give us enough time, we can give you some suggestions for hosts. But it's really important you give us at least a month before the deadline in order to help us help you.
So how does one apply?
So in order to apply, you need to go to our website and find a form. It's a Microsoft Word form. It's in English because it's important that people who take the scholarship have good enough English to function in Britain. So you need to complete that form with information about you and about the simple information about the project you want to undertake and the host you want to work with and why you want to work with them. Some basic sense of what you want to do with your time in the UK. Give us a basic timeline. And it might also include work you want to do before and afterwards while you're in Iraq. You upload that form and then you wait for just a few weeks until we've scrutinised all of the applications, and then we will make a selection. There's a panel consisting of members of the Nahrein Network leadership team and the British Institute for the Study of Iraq, and they choose competitively. So we fund 3 to 6 scholarships every year.
Oh, excuse me. There we are. So that's the very basic elements. So here is my cat. Those of you who joined us on webinars before will know Eliza already. She always comes to join us. But more importantly, as I said, we have with us Dr. Abdulkareem Yaseen. So Abdulkareem, would you like to say a few words first before we take questions? Because I know there are things that you would like to share with everybody.
Right, okay, thank you very much, Eleanor, for having me back today. Good evening, everyone. My name is Dr. Abdulkareem Yaseen. I'm absolutely delighted to be here for the second time. And I really hope that I can contribute something useful to you guys because you're interested in this scholarship scheme. Well, right. So I thought I'd get the ball rolling and just share a few thoughts and experiences from my time as a visiting scholar at the University of Leicester last year. Well, Eleanor has already clarified some of the things about how defining a host, but I picked up a thing or two that might be worth noting. So I'll just quickly run through them. We start with finding a host. This is one of the essentials, actually, how to find a host institution that can give you things like workspace, resources, and on top of that, the expertise you need for your project. And I think we can all agree that these things are crucial for any project. So I could tell that this step takes time. So it's very important that potential scholars actually handle it with some care. Especially the time of it. So I get that popular question quite a lot, actually. How can we make a start? How do we get the ball rolling? I mean, it's quite easy. Just to start compiling a list of potential institutions. If you have no experience with that, maybe you can ask some people around, like, university professors, former fellows, colleagues. And if you're if you're not lucky enough to find them around you, maybe you could try LinkedIn and Google. They can come in quite handy here. So just read through the profile of potential supervisors and make sure that the research interests, the projects they are doing, and the publications have some common ground with yours, because this is actually what you will need when you do your project. You will need the expertise actually to be always at your disposal when you're carrying out your project. Once you've made up your mind about potential supervisors, now you can email them. And when you email them, I just want to mention these things because they are quite important. Give them the required details about the project. Tell them about the project, about the scholarship scheme itself, because they will need these details to make a decision. And you always want to shorten the communication thread between you and the supervisor, because you won't have a lot of time to do that. I mean, just prepare yourself for maybe refusal, or maybe you could be rejected when you approach the first one. I mean, first supervisor, maybe you need to move on to another supervisor. So just make sure that your communication doesn't take a lot of time. And if you don't hear from them quite soon, maybe you can send up a follow-up email, but give them some time anyway. And just put your proposal in the email. Don't forget to do that as well, because they need to read it, maybe to look through it. All the details should be in the email. And then once you have been accepted, ask them to provide you with an acceptance letter, because you will need this for the application. Just put it there in your application and submit your application, and there you go. Also, one of the things I want to mention here today, I mean, it's about finding an accommodation, because this is one of the things that sometimes get a bit tricky. Personally, I prefer to stay close to the university. When I do some research, when I study in the UK, when I did my actual education in the UK, I always prefer to stay close to the university. So one of the things I would recommend is to find a university accommodation. I did this myself with the University of Leicester last year, and it was easygoing. It was straightforward. It's always great to be close to the institution. Unless maybe you have other preferences, it's up to you. But this is just a tip that I can share with you today. Other things I might mention here today is maybe with I don't know, if you don't have if you don't have enough experience with supervisors and how you talk to them and how you approach them, you could use just your English, use basic English. That would be okay. And one of the things I want to mention as well is be genuine. Always be genuine, and don't exaggerate the things, because they will always need to hear your real interest and your real project. That's what I have today in store. If you have any specific questions, I'll be happy to answer, maybe after after Eleanor and Mihia have their own maybe share input today. So that's from me for the time being. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer after that. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Abdulkareem. That was very helpful.
Thank you.
I would also say that although Abdulkareem found his own accommodation, the British Institute for the Study of Iraq has a visiting scholars coordinator who works with all our scholars to find the right accommodation and does all the booking and the payments, so that you don't have to do that on your own. So I can see we've already got some people wanting to ask questions. So let's start with the questions, because we are here for you. You don't need to hear us talking too much. So the first person I can see on the list is Karzan. Would you like to ask your question, Karzan?
Good evening. Can you hear me? Hello to everyone. Glad to see and listening to you guys. My name is Karzan, and I'm a PhD holder. I'm a recent PhD holder. So depending on your program, actually I contacted some UK universities. First of all, I contacted the Professor Stephen Wolf about this opportunity or scholarship program, and he guided me to make a contact with some UK universities like Exeter, Durham University, because as he said that not all of the UK university have such a supporting such a program. That's why I try to find those persons who are in charge about this kind of scholarships. And actually, I'm in contact with the University of Durham and exit as the same time. But there are something that's not clear for me and for them, actually, such as it's written on the information, and I mean the link. This program, in terms of times, starts from between 1 to 2 months. Months. So it's a postgraduate program, writing a research, or should we stay in the UK for only 2 months or more than 2 months? And however, I sent the link, as I said, to them, and in the link there are many information are explained, such as what kind of things that are supported by the program and what are not covered by the program. But as for example, I received an email from Leeds University also. They asked me to apply an application form, apply through an online application form. So my question is, let's be short, how we can find in the easiest way the host university in the UK. I heard a little bit about Miss Zainab. Actually, I couldn't listen to her clearly, maybe because of all offline, on internet. So here the main question is how to make. However, I tried and I found for example, my specialty is international relations. I could find the Department of International Policy and International Relations in Durham or in Exeter. Yes.
Okay, sorry, I understand your question now.
Yes.
So, as Abdulkareem suggested, start with the people, rather than thinking about universities, thinking about the academics, the scholars you might want to work with in the UK. So think about, have you read some good research by somebody that is in your area and you think that research might help you? You might have met somebody at a webinar or listened to them at a webinar or at a conference and think that their work is interesting and useful. So find the personal connection that is through your research. So Abdulkareem, maybe you can say, perhaps you could say a little bit about your topic and how you came to work with Selena, because I think that's a good example.
Well, I found out about Selena actually by Google. It's quite easy. I just Googled about my project and who would be ready to do it. And I found a number of names. I approached them and finally I got Selena, who, very kindly accepted the project. And we got her acceptance, and then she sent me an acceptance letter, and that's it. So I just Googled, because actually I just wanted to see if there's some common ground between their research interests and the project, my project itself, which I did actually. And then I approached them by email, and that's it. So once again, if you're not lucky enough to have people around you, why not try Google? Why not try to find out the web pages? I mean, the profiles of the academics themselves. You can read through their publications, their projects, and then you can easily find out if there's something, that could be useful for your project. I mean,
thank you.
And that's it. Yeah, that's it.
I say, a lot of UK academics are very friendly. We're quite informal.
They are, yeah.
And we like to work with people. And the beauty of this scheme is that we and the British Institute for the Study of Iraq organise and pay for everything. So all the host has to do is spend some time with you. They have just to commit to meeting you once a week or something like that, so that you can talk about your research together. And and every academic loves to talk about their research. So it's it's not some people are busy, of course, and they will say no because they can't commit to you. But if you find somebody whose research is related to yours, then they will probably be excited by hosting you. So don't be shy. Do ask.
Sorry, Ellen, I just want to add something here.
Yes.
The best time to find your supervisor is absolutely not over the summer, because they would be, they would be away from university. So the best time is to find them at the start of the academic year.
Yeah. Now, in other words.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
It's
Actually,
my
I didn't know
pleasure.
yes, I didn't know about we should find a supervisor. It makes things for me easier. Yes, this term we should make a personal contact and asking for a supervisor.
Yes, exactly.
That's great. Thank you.
Good, thank you. Tamir, welcome.
Well, thank you so much, Elena. Well, thank you so much again for this opportunity. In fact, I have attended one of the webinars last year, and I know, well, just to talk about myself, I am a PhD holder from the University of Leicester in October 2018. So I know about the process of having a supervisor and so on. But in the previous webinars, the participants were from museums or from libraries for persons working in archives. But this is the first time I hear about a person from the Institute of Linguistics. So I would be glad if Dr. Abdulkareem would talk about his topic so that I would understand, because in fact, I want to refer to some Iraqi fictions in which there is reference to heritageal or sites of heritage and how it was destroyed by war, especially after 2003. And I more than once thought of doing something about this. But, well, Dr. Abdulkareem's project has, encouraged me, because now we have a person who is from linguistics, who is trying to, or who got a scholarship. So I would be grateful if Dr. Abdulkareem would talk about his topic and how he employed his knowledge in linguistics in this. And thank you so much again.
Okay, thank you.
Question.
Yeah, okay, thank you. My academic background is about linguistics, but actually my research interest is more about dialectology and stuff and heritage languages. And my project was about the intangible heritage of Christians in Mosul. So what I did actually, I tried to find all the aspects of intangible heritage of Christian people of Mosul. And one of the aspects that I looked at is the linguistic stuff. So you can find some common ground between my area and the heritage area. So that's what I did actually. Yeah, I looked at the heritage aspects of a variety of things about the heritage of Christian Maslawis. One of them is the oral practices, which lies squarely in my area, which is linguistics. So that's what I did in my project. And I made a report at the end of my scholarship, and that was, if you want to have a look at it, I could happily send it to you if you like.
We have a link to it on the website. I'll post it now, actually.
Yeah.
And also our most recent scholar, Dr. Tamir, has been studying the heritage of Arab comics at the University of Glasgow, doing amazing things there. So we're really interested in literary and linguistic approaches to the past. It's not just things in museums or books in archives. Any approach to the study of Iraq's past is interesting for us.
Yeah.
So let me post Abdulkareem's details here. Oh, and we have another question. Ali, hello, welcome. And then Sinan after that.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Eleanor.
Hello. Please ask your question, Ali.
Sorry. Do you hear me?
Yes, we do.
Hello.
Perfectly. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm Ali Majid, a PhD. I'm academic lecturer in University of the Qar. My question is, how can I, sorry, my bad language, I'm new in learning. My question is, how can I know that my projects are suitable or are suitable in your project in a Nahrein network? So I attend to learn or make a project about gully erosion model in the of the archaeological site of Erido Zakurat in the southern of Iraq. And I didn't know how can I reach this project for you. Thank you for listening.
Oh, no, thank you, Ali. That's a very good question. So you will also see on our, Zainab has just beat me to it. She's posted in the chat a link to our 6 aims. So all of our applicants have to show how their work does at least one of 6 things. So help us better understand the role of heritage in Iraq today, or the state of heritage in Iraq today. So the study of ziggurats might be fit into that. Also, to raise the profile, the international profile of researchers like you. So automatically doing a visiting scholarship in the UK is going to raise your profile. Improving job prospects. Again, often visiting scholarships, a lot of our previous visiting scholars have had real career benefits from the scholarship. Helping heritage serve local needs better. So again, thinking there might be some practical applications to your research on ziggurats. And then there's the 5th and 4th ones are about social and building community and social cohesion, and thinking about the climate emergency, which may or may not be relevant, but most people find it quite straightforward to show how their research fits our aims, because we have written them in a very broad and general way. And for the visiting scholarships, which are quite short, we don't, it just needs to be something quite simple and small. Could be publishing a research paper, or preparing some materials or something like that. Okay, is that a helpful answer, Ali, or do you need any more information?
No, thank you.
Great, very good. Okay, our next person is Sinan. Hello.
Hi, everyone.
Hello, welcome.
How are you doing, Elena?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
Fine, thank you. Associate Professors, Dr. Sinan Shukur. I completed my doctorate degree, both 2 doctorate degree, one from Iraq and the last one from Australia in Sydney. Was 2018 I finished. I'm now the head or the director of the scholarship investment unit at Kufa University. I'm the head of about, we are almost 10 university lecturers or associate professors at this unit. We are happy to be engaged at this program. My question specifically, we are of different specialties. I already was listening for your comment regarding Ali. So some of them engineering, some of them working agriculture, other in the literature or others. So exact my question, how to engage all of these, and is it must to be at the UK? It's because we are from different countries, graduated from different countries, US or Australia, or some of us from UK already. This is first question. The second one about my degree, because I'm physician, medical aspect. So do you have suggestion to make a useful project or any suggestion in this aspect. That is to say, is there any, I understood from your company, interesting in mostly in heritage or in maybe something like that. What about the medical aspect? And is it must the third one doing in UK or in other cities?
Okay, thank you. Okay, 3 good questions there. First, it doesn't matter where you studied. Right, so we need people to have good enough English to live for 2 months in the UK and be able to, buy some food and get on a bus or a train and talk to their supervisor. But yeah, we are based in a history department in London. We work with the British Institute for the Study of Iraq. So our funding is, as a universe, we are a university research network. And our aim is to support this Iraqi study of Iraq's past. So we do work with engineers who are interested in the built heritage of Iraq. For instance, we've never had a medical doctor. That would be quite unusual because we're primarily focused on the arts and the humanities and the social sciences, because it's really the study of the past. We're not a general scholarship program. That's not what we're funded to do. So our funding is, when we were set up by we were originally set up by British government funding in 2017, and it was specifically to support the study of Iraq's past and the arts and the humanities and the social sciences. So I hope
Thank you for answering. And is it only 2 months, or could be extended to up to 6 months or so?
No, it's just a short visit. And the idea is that it's long enough to do some good research, and long enough to establish hopefully a good relationship with colleagues in the UK. But for many people who've had our scholarships, that 2-month visit has led to other things, to longer term collaborations with universities in the UK. So yeah, it's the idea is you come and do a sort of term sabbatical, if you like. Just 1 or 2 months, or you come in the summer after your teaching is over for the year and spend the summer here. But yeah, the idea is we want lots of people to experience it rather than just a few. So we've been involved in this scheme since 2018, but the British Institute for the Study of Iraq have been running this for nearly 20 years now. So that's the parameters.
The timetable, could we choose July and August, because this is
exactly. So that's why we're at the scheme now, so that people can plan for the summer if they want to come in the summer, because unfortunately sometimes it's a bit complicated getting a British visa if you're an Iraqi, even with it. So the British Institute for the Study of Iraq does all of the support for getting the visa, but even so, it can be, for everybody, it can be complicated. So we like lots of time to plan for the summer. So that's why we're running the scheme now at this time of the year.
Thank you so much for explanation.
Right. Okay, those great questions, Sinan. Thank you. Daban, hello.
Good evening, everyone. I actually have 2 questions. First one, is there any kind of age limit for this kind of scholarships? And second, no, that's good. That's good one. And second one, is there is it a multidisciplinary scholarship, or is it somehow specific for some specific kind of disciplines?
Well, so it doesn't matter what your discipline is. If the project you want to do, if your research is related to the history or the heritage of Iraq, and we construe that very broadly. So we have archaeologists, we have historians, we have linguists, we have architects, we have, as I said, this guy most recently, Dr. Ammar, who is a specialist in the study of comics. We have also, so have a look on our website. I'm saying if you could repost the list of our past scholars so people can see the big range of people we've had. It's
thank you.
It's what you're doing that matters, what you want to do that matters.
Okay, thank you so much.
Great. Did you say you had an, oh yeah, your first question was the easy one about age. Yeah. Age limit. Yeah. Great. Hassan, hello. You need to unmute, Hassan.
Okay. Good evening.
Hello.
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 Hello. Good evening.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for you. Thanks to all. Okay. I have two questions, please. Number one, should I find a host first or submit the application? And my question two, which is better to PhD student or university lecturer in academic? Favorite and choose them.
Yeah, so that's a good question. So I'll answer the second question first. That's the easy one. Your academic host does need to be somebody who is a senior person, is a lecturer or above in the university. Because in the UK, PhD students are not staff, and so they don't have any authority. They're just, unfortunately, so in the UK, mostly PhD students are quite young people. It's quite different to a lot of the rest of the world. So we treat them as students, not as staff. So that means that your hosts can't normally be a PhD student unless they happen to be a member of staff already who is studying a PhD part-time, but that's quite unusual. And then the second question, or your first question, yes, you do need to have identified somebody who is willing to host you. Now, it may be that they have an internal process within their university that they need to get approval for, but that's okay. Even if they can just say at this point that in principle they want to support you, but there is a process they need to go through that might take a bit longer, that's fine. We don't need to get everything organized by the 17th of November. But yeah, because the idea, as I said, as Abdulkareem and I both said, is to develop relationships in the UK and to start collaborations and help. It's not just about coming to use our facilities, but becoming part of the community here. So finding a nice person to help you with that is going to be important.
Okay, thank you very much.
My pleasure. Ahmed, hello, welcome. I think you also need to unmute, please.
Oh, hi.
Hello, welcome.
Oh, hi. Good evening, everyone.
Hi.
Thank you very much. I'm Professor Ahmed Al-Kubaisi from Iraq, Ministry of Education Supervisor. I'm Geographic Information System. Excuse me, I have just some question, please. How can I get a host in the United Kingdom. And what topic can I choose? A geographic. Can I write about the historic city of Anbar? Story map about the place, for example? Question 3, my English is maybe little simple. Can I apply for the scholarship? And is important to submit a letter from my institutions? Thank you very much. Good luck.
Thank you, Professor Ahmed. These are all good questions. So, first of all, we don't, for English, you just need enough English to be able to survive in this country for a couple of months. So there's no test. We might want to talk to you as part of the process, just to check that you have some English. But you're talking to me now, so I think that's probably good enough. So that's not a problem at all. Then the question of the topic, the sort of thing you described, the historical geography of a place, would be really interesting. Geographic information systems are really useful for studying heritage and history. So, and a lot of people have done some, in the past, have done really interesting work on the cities and towns that they live in. So, and quite a few of them have used, haven't had a professor of GIS before, but we have had projects where people have used GIS methods. So I think you're no problem at all. Your topic is very much in our area. So yeah, so you do need to identify somebody to work with. So you can look, there are lots of people, there are lots of GIS specialists in the UK. They're sometimes in geography departments, sometimes in archaeology departments. So as Abdulkareem suggested earlier, think about people whose work you're interested in, whose topic fits yours. They may not be specialists in Iraq, but they may have methods that you're interested in or methods that you share. So that might be one way to find the host. And yet we do need a letter from, if you have a job, we need a letter from your boss to say that it's okay for you to come to the UK for 2 months. So a lot of academics come in the summer when they're not teaching, and so that's never a problem. But, you know, if you wanted to come at a time where you'd normally be teaching, for instance, then we need a letter to know that it's okay, that you have permission to do that, and that you're not going to get any trouble if you take up the scholarship, or we're not going to get any trouble if you take up the scholarship. So it doesn't need to be a long letter. It just needs to be from your head of department or from your dean that just says, yeah, I'm happy for Professor Ahmed to apply for this scholarship. So I also know, so I used to be the head of university department until last year. And we had one time somebody from in my department applied for a scholarship in Germany, and he didn't tell us, and he just went, and there was nobody to do his teaching, and it was chaos. So we want to avoid that. Okay. Yeah. So we've covered a lot of questions. Does anyone else? Oh, Riam, great, please. Hello, welcome.
Hello, Eleanor. Good evening. I have a question related to me being a good candidate or not. I hold a master's degree in computer science from the US, but my research, it's very much interdisciplinary, as I have worked on the use of advanced AI techniques and deep neural networks in preserving cultural heritage, and specifically Mesopotamian heritage. So, and I do not belong currently to any organization that's very much related to history or culture. Does that make me a good fit? Do you advise me to apply?
You sound
Thank you.
great, Riam. Your research is really interesting. We've never had anyone doing AI and heritage on our program before. And it doesn't matter if you're not currently attached to somewhere that specializes in this. It's about you and the work you want to do. Okay, we're here to we'll try to be as welcoming as possible, and I think your topic sounds really, really interesting. So please consider applying. I think it would be really exciting to see a project on your.
Thank you, because I'm considering to expand and work further in research, specifically on my thesis topic and my current research work. So that's why I was wondering if I make a good candidate, and after your recommendation, so I'll be considering applying for this scheme and for this application, for this scholarship.
That would be really good. Looking forward to reading it. Super. And
thank you. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. And Taya, hello. You need to unmute, please.
Hello, good evening.
Hello, welcome.
Hello, Dr. Eleanor. How are you?
I'm very well. How are you?
Hello. Thank you for this session and for your efforts. I am wondering if I am allowed to apply for the same my same previous support letter from my office. If there has been a change, even if there is a change in my title, as I want to apply with a new title and area. So is it possible? Is it possible to change we can say to apply with my previous support letter, or I should renew this permission from my office?
If your office is still happy, just use the old letter. That's fine.
They don't mind.
Yeah, that's perfect. And yeah, no problem.
Okay. Thank you.
Great. Abdulkareem, is there anything else you would like to say, having listened to all of these questions?
Yeah, I think we've covered most of the questions, and you did quite a good job. So, well, I have nothing more to say, actually. I think we've covered quite good ground. But there's something specific from the audience I would be happy to answer. So if they have any question directly involved with me, yeah, I would be happy to answer.
So while people are thinking, but could I ask you, Abdulkareem, what the benefits to you of this scheme were? How has it helped you in your research?
In several respects, but one of the most important respects I benefited from this scheme is it quietly, expanded my horizons, to be honest. My research interest was about linguistics and stuff, but now I have integrated heritage with it quite impressively. So that gave me more room to do more research. So I think expanding the research interests is one of the benefits, alongside so many other things, like, getting close to the UK culture, although I'm already familiar with it, but I'm talking generally. There are a number of benefits that you could get from this scholarship scheme. First of all, as you mentioned earlier, is to have communication with the community, with the academic community in the UK, collaboration, and above all, to do new research projects, maybe because my research project was quite new to me. I mean, yeah, there is some linguistic element to it, but heritage was the bonus, and it really was, because integrating heritage with linguistics was really interesting and impressive. So that's the main thing I could mention about that. I mean, about the benefits of this scholarship scheme. Well, there are a number of other things, but yeah, that's the key thing to mention today. Yeah.
Oh, that's lovely. And that's a really positive note to end on, I think. So yeah, I do hope everyone that you will apply. If you have any questions that so we're going to put this video up on YouTube very soon. Zainab will do that, so you can watch it again. But if you have any questions for us over the next few weeks, please do get in touch with us by email or through our social media. And we'll be happy to answer questions. Yeah, and I really look forward to I will be one of about 8 people who read the applications when they come in November. So I'm really looking forward to reading them. And I hope that sometime in 2025, I will be seeing 5 or 6 of you here in the UK and helping you deliver your projects. It was really great to spend time with you today. Thank you for the great questions. And I look forward to seeing what you all come up with as topics. Okay, a couple more questions before we go. Ali.
Hello.
Hello, Ali. Welcome.
Hi. How are you? Thank you for the opportunity, Eleanor. And also thank you for Abdulkareem for explaining some questions, actually. I have some question about the requirement. There's one of the requirements says that you should have like a host in UK.
Yes.
Yeah. So according to my experience in some organizations and charity in my town and city that I have worked with, they are actually from other countries, not specifically from the UK. So my name is Ali Yaseen. I'm assistant lecturer in University of Hamdaniya. I'm actually teaching 3rd and 4th year literature and contemporary literature, and also focusing on contemporary trauma literature and how literature focusing especially for traumatized people in Nineveh plan, and how they are it's affected the impact of reading novel and fictions that related to the war, and this is effect for the students that already lived in Mosul and specific titles. So I have all the requirements, but except one of them, which is the host. This is my issue, actually. I have worked with different charity, different organizations from different international organizations, but the host is not really from the UK. Is it okay from Europe or different country?
No, so let me explain a little bit more about the host. The host is somebody, so the scholarships that come to the UK.
Yeah.
You don't have to work with a host before. Most people don't. It's just to find somebody in your case, probably in a literature department, in an English literature department, in a British university, who works on a topic related to yours, who would like, if you will just write to them and say, I'm going to apply for this scholarship. Everything is paid for, everything is organized. The host don't have to do anything. I just like to spend an hour a week with you talking about our research for 2 months. So think about looking online at the university websites in Britain, at the literature departments, or by thinking about academics whose research you know and like, and just asking them. I mean, this is what Abdulkareem did. He just wrote to Dr. Selina. They hadn't met. He said, I'm working on linguistic approaches to intangible heritage in Mosul, in the Christian community. And she basically said, yeah, that sounds really interesting.
Yeah, that
I want to
Okay,
know
so
more.
it's like a supervisor.
Come and
You
work
mean?
with me.
Yeah.
UK academics are so friendly.
Excuse me.
So you mean it's like should looking for as a supervisor from different university in the UK?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Sorry, Abdulkareem, I interrupted.
Yeah, may I suggest some names for Ali? Maybe you could try first. You could try departments of English at Liverpool, Leicester, Newcastle University. So you could try these as your first port of call. So yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you think you have a lot in common. And Mohammed is next. Hello, Mohammed. Welcome. Mohammed, you can speak if you like. You're ready. Can you?
Oh, sorry. That's my bad. Hi again. Very quick, my question is the letter from my employer should be in English or in Arabic, and what is
read
the
Arabic.
address?
We read Arabic, so if it's easier for your boss to write in Arabic, not a problem.
So the address is for the Nahrein Network?
Yeah, it's all described on our website. You just send it to us, email it to us. Yeah, or they can email it directly.
Because I already have my host in the UK.
Brilliant.
And I need,
very well organized.
yeah. Okay. So thank you.
Great. Super. And Sinan again. Hello.
Hi, just a quick comment, Elena, regarding Abdulkareem. If it is appropriate, he's talking about pros. What about cons? Sorry for that. Is there anything he could mention, Abdulkareem? And thank you for having Abdulkareem. He's wonderful and he's very positive man. Thank you.
Well, thank you. Well, to be honest, personally, I haven't had any problems in my scholarship, but one of the things that I found is, well, the accommodation, actually. You need to plan that well in advance, but maybe Eleanor already answered this question. Maybe now it's more easy. It's easier now, isn't it, right?
Yeah. We have, Anne-Marie is our...
Apart from that, I can tell you that the people at the Nahrein will be super supportive. So rest assured, you'll be okay with your scholarship. Everything will be there. And they are already, always actually ready to help you whenever you need them. Yeah, so the only issue I have had, well, it's not an issue, but, just like I say, a hiccup was the accommodation. But we sorted out in minutes. So that's the only thing I could mention, just the accommodation. If you have the accommodation and the institution ready, then you're done. You could, there you go.
Yeah. And of course, I should say, I mean, we do, we love doing this. We get to meet so many amazing people through this scheme. I've got real friendships as a result of this scheme over the past 6 or 7 years. It's been marvelous. So, yeah.
Thank you so much.
Great. Safe.
Good evening, everyone. This is Saif. This is Saif from University of the Forest. I am a PhD scholar in Bucharest University. I would like to ask about the possibility of applying for this scholarship since that I am out of Iraq.
I beg your pardon. The sound is a little bit difficult. Could you say that again?
Yeah, this is a friend PhD student at University of Bucharest, Romania. And my question is about the possibility to apply for this scholarship, since that I am a PhD student in Romania.
You're a PhD student at the moment. That's okay. But I think I missed something still. Maybe you could write your question, because we're having a problem with the sound at the moment.
You hear me right now?
Oh, that's better. Yes, the background noise.
Yeah. This is Saint Pali. I'm from University of Mosul, a PhD applicant in University of Bucharest, Romania. I would like to have any question regarding my possibility to apply for this scholarship from Romania, if that's possible.
So no, to be honest, not if you're currently out working and living and working outside Iraq, then you've already getting that international experience. The idea is to help people who are currently needing to access international collaboration from within Iraq. So if you're outside, I'm afraid you're not eligible at the moment.
Okay, thank you so much. Actually, I'm doing PhD in English literature, so I hope that's Mr. Abdulkareem to email me if that's possible. I have some question about something in English, if that's possible.
Yeah, okay, my pleasure. I'll just share it with Zainab, maybe with Zainab, and you can have my email and send me your questions if you like.
Yeah, we can organize that afterwards.
Yeah. Maybe I'll put it in the comments here. So is that okay?
Yeah, sure. If you don't mind sharing your email.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah. Okay.
Great.
Thank you.
Okay.
We are a network. It's great. Mustafa.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Good evening. Thank you to organize this webinar to show the why, how to introduce for Iraq scholarship. Okay, I'm Dr. Mustafa. I'm a confirmist. I'm a head of Department of History in Kirkuk University in Iraq. I appreciated your effort to support the Iraqi scholars to preserve the cultural heritage in Iraq. Thank you very much. I have just one question, if you never mind.
Yes, please.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Okay, my question is, how can I introduce to make a proposal to make an interview? My program is depend on interview to make a comparative with the method of how to study cuneiform text between the Iraqi universities and UK universities. My program is depend on make interview with more than supervisor or more than lecturer universities of UK, and to explain which ways is good to deliver the idea for students, because we suffering from study the cuneiform text and ancient languages in Iraq. How can I develop this idea?
I think that's a great topic, a really good topic. So there are only 3 or 4 universities in the UK which teach cuneiform now, unfortunately. But any one of my colleagues, I am sure, would be really interested in hosting you and enabling you to meet their colleagues at other universities, because we are a small community. So yeah, it wouldn't matter which one of them hosted you, they would enable you to meet and interview the people in the other universities. And so it's quite common, I mean, for scholars use the scholarship to travel in the UK, to whether to visit other academics or to visit resources or other things across the UK. When I was hosting a colleague from the University of Mosul a couple of years ago in London, he was interested in the history of the study of Iraq in the UK. And we arranged for him to meet my colleagues in Oxford and in Cambridge, and at SOAS and a couple of other universities as well. So it's entirely normal to do that work, Mustafa, and I think it would be a really good project for this visiting scholarship.
Thank you very much.
You might ask my colleague at UCL, Mark Whedon. He might be very interested in hosting you.
I think if we work together, we can develop a new method to study how encode the cuneiform text and how to study make a comparative study with ancient language like Sumerian, Akkadian, and deliver this idea when I come back from UK. I can deliver this idea and explain the ways or good ways for more than universities in Iraq.
So
just to develop the ways of reading cuneiform text and how to study the ancient language.
So Mustafa, I've put in the chat the name of my colleague at UCL who leads the teaching of cuneiform at my university. So you could ask him to start with. He's super nice. He might well be interested.
Thank you very much.
Okay. So I should explain to everybody, I can't give a specific advice on every host. It just happens that Mustafa is in my subject area. Okay, Saif.
Sorry, I have no question. I'm just listening to Mustafa and hearing his good idea. Yeah.
Oh, great. So your hand was still up. I beg your pardon. Ghazwan, hello.
Hello, everybody. How are you?
Nice to meet you. Hello, welcome.
Thank you. Actually, I joined late in this session. I'm so sorry about being late, and I couldn't. I understand. I couldn't cover all your speech. That's why. Just I have one question. Actually, if you hear me.
Yes, of course, please.
My question is about the postgraduate study. I don't know if this scholarship are involving the postgraduate study or not.
No, this is just for short research visits. This
research.
Not for this is not for study.
The duration, how long it would take for this session, for this program?
2 months.
2 months. Okay.
Yeah, they're short research visits.
And what about the specialities? The medical specialties are included?
History, where study of the past.
All history.
All history, heritage, archaeology, anything to do with the study.
Okay. Very nice. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for.
Sure. All right. Any other questions? Ahmed, hello. You need to unmute. Hello.
Hello, Professor Eleanor. How are you?
I'm very well. How are you?
Glad to see you.
Good to talk to you too.
Thank you. I think I have told you before about my proposal. I want to make a study about how to establish department and like the Center of Studies in University of Kufa. This department might be about researches and anthropology about the heritage of Iraq. So I need to get like a host. Last time I tried to get a host, I couldn't find one. Because I study my PhD in the United States, so I don't have so much networking in Europe. So all my colleagues and my friends in the United States.
Well, you could ask them if they have any colleagues in the UK who might be interested. That might be one way to do it.
Oh.
So also for people, I know somebody else on this call has contacts in Australia. But, you know, people in America talk to people in Britain. So ask them. Ask your former supervisor in the States. Do you know anyone who might be interested? Could you?
I thought you might be able to help me.
I not immediately, because your field is not my specialism.
Okay.
But
so what about the idea in general? Do you like making the scholarship about the idea of establishing a center of studies?
Well, we're normally looking for more something that's going to produce an academic publication as well as some practical results. So it's difficult for me to say right now.
Okay.
Because it's an unusual topic for us. I'm not saying no, but I'd like to know more.
I mean, usually
we're always also. I mean, I'm one of 8 people who read the applications. Well, we're going to choose 5 or 6 from however many there are.
Okay.
So, we never quite know until we meet.
Okay.
Which ones are going to go? But please do. I mean, it sounds interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, talk to your friends in America and see if they have some good contacts in Britain.
Okay, great idea. Thank you so much.
Okay. Has everybody asked the question that they want to ask? I think that's a yes. We've been talking for over an hour. We covered a lot of different things, and it's been really interesting to talk to you and hear about the ideas that you have. So please keep in touch with us. Let us know if there's anything else we can help you with. And then Zainab, once she's posted the video, will be in touch with all the attendees so that you can watch again if you like. And yeah, keep following us through our newsletter and our social media as well. And hopefully I will get to meet some of you next year. Great. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. I hope you have a very good evening and a very good weekend. And good luck with your planning your application.